Had to cut off the video there because I heard somebody smoking in the balcony. I can't even say out loud that talk about pharmacies because, it might lead me to being homeless once more. I've been homeless with bloody feet and no shoes. And I don't want to do that ever again. You can't sleep for months and months around because you're so scared to fall asleep. So, anyways, I just took my flag like I always do. I always carry America with me because I grew up thinking that I was American because, I was really small, maybe 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old. I was just gobbling up American television. That's all well, it's the majority of what they have in television to play in this country and in Europe. And they, a lot of American TV portrays people of Caucasian origin. So I would look at that as a kid and think like, well, hey, they look like me and my dad. My dad's even look more like Italian. He's got curly dark hair. So I got into thinking that this is like I'm American, maybe. I didn't really see the borders. I thought they're the same, and I fell in love with the sense of the language, and eventually just taught myself this level of English without any human interaction with teachers or native speakers or anything. This is my own doing. I would be this good if I had never had a compulsory lesson of English at school. I did really badly during lessons. Um, anyways, the point of this video is to say that what would you call a situation where a Christian guy is, well, it has nothing to do with Christianity, but it just happens to be in Europe in a Christian country, and I'm probably being watched by mostly Christian people, so I bring it up just to say that I'm not a Muslim and I'm not planning to jeopardize your safety if you do invite me over. So I'm just considering should I become a refugee? Because like clearly, what would you call a situation where this old geezer is, having old age problems? He's got maybe let's say he's got a heart problem. He's 80 years old. He's on pension. He let's imagine Turkey belonged to European Union, which it doesn't, and this old Turkish man would have to get heart medicine, just like many old people do who eat red meat and meat of any kind. Um, and their products. Anyways, the point of this thing is like the old man in Turkey, he would have to find that one pharmacy out of maybe 10 or 5 pharmacies, maybe one out of 15 pharmacies that don't just sell sugar pills. Most of the pharmacies in Turkey, what I understood from the locals, is that they sell heart medicine and every other kind of medicine that's fake medicine. They would just take sugar pills, placebos, and just put them in the official packages and jars and just got the official looking labels on them. They would fake the packaging just like you would used to go and buy video games in a Soviet country where I'm not from. I mean, I'm not Russian, totally not, and don't speak any Slavic language. I don't even understand them. So, no, not a commie, definitely not. Never been even close to that. Um, and I mean, of course, not my generation, but even the grandfather's generation. They were never. They were fighting against them. They were capitalists. Yeah. Anyways, even noblemen, like elixir and so-called aristocracy of a little bit, yeah, blue blood, but also fought in the wars like true Jackson soldiers of the country. So, anyways, the point of this is that I this guy in Turkey, this fictional guy, but this must be every day of if I understood the situation correctly in Turkey. I don't know, not Turkish. Just been there for a holiday and talked to a few local dudes complaining about this. All the guys of family. So they said that the like hard medicine, they have to all the medicine in pharmacies, so they get this fake medicine. So imagine that. You put an 80-year-old guy in Turkish heat. Maybe he doesn't have money for a taxi. Many people in many countries don't have money for a taxi, so he just has to walk. Or maybe he takes the bus. Yeah, he can take the bus, but the bus won't bring him that close, so he has to walk in the Turkish heat and from all these fake pharmacies and go with hearsay what other old people are saying, that this feels real. They don't know if it's real. They just say, "Look, this feels real for their conditions," so they keep going back to that pharmacy just to make the passage in that Turkish heat to try and find the right medicine. And imagine if on top of that the situation was so that the police was actually criminal and was on the side of these fake pharmacies, and they would uh, attack even the elderly for buying the real medicine in the real pharmacies when they do find the legit one, because they all look the same. You can't tell which one. It doesn't sell sugar pills. So when they do find the real ones, they consider it as it was like you're breaking down the fake pharmacy lie conspiracy, and we're gonna confiscate the real medicine you just got. Imagine if that was the case. I mean, if that's grounds for being a refugee, and then sign me up, because that's my case exactly. I gotta resort to this horrible thing that is shortening my life. I mean, honestly, I have heart problems in my family, so I definitely should not be near anywhere near this stuff. But I am, because this is what I'm reduced to. This is what I'm allowed to. I'm not allowed to, by the laws of this country, to in Europe, to, because I don't even want them neighbors to hear, so I'm not allowed to do that. And that's like prescribed medicine in Canada and even the strictest states inside the states of the beautiful America, that they prescribe it for my condition that I have a doctor's diagnosis for from a Western European country. That's like not some corrupt country. This is like where this like less corrupted than America, United States of America. So like when you got a doctor certificate from here, it ain't bought with money. This is from a communal doctor, paid by tax money, not by me directly. Even though I do pay taxes, 7 years I've paid taxes, and I'm just like facing a life, being reduced to life on this bloody mattress. Well, it's not bloody because I ain't got any girls over, and because I'm feeling that sick. For about 6 months, I haven't left this apartment basically. I mean, yeah, I go buy groceries, but that's it. I haven't done anything else. I'll talk to psychology, but and I can't even talk out loud. So much for the values of freedom that I uphold so dear, that I can't even say out loud the medicine that I need for my 420. And the day I got a ticket for a possession of 0.1 gram, which is like maybe 1/3 or 1/5 of it. So fuck, man. Um, so yeah, I think I should be a refugee because it's prescribed medicine, one of the strictest states in the United States, with punishes the recreational users, but it's strictly forbidden. Yet they prescribe it for my condition, so I really do think that I'm living in the wrong country. Because if I wasn't living here, I could go on with my life like I used to. I would and live abroad and go to work, pay taxes. But here I can't do that because uh, I need to be able to work, and it's just too impossible here to do this on a continual basis. So I'm considering to become a refugee. I mean, I don't care if I have to learn a completely new language, um, or work with minimal pay, uh, break my back working, or be a taxi driver. Yeah, I know it's really dangerous to be a taxi driver in New York, say, for example, but it's still better than dying really young just because you can't get out of this bed and take care of yourself because you ain't got the thing that makes your brain work, and you need your brain to work so that your body can get out of the bed. So I don't know what to do. That's me. If you got any advice for me, I'd be happy to hear. Thanks for listening.